Welcome to Nick's Noob. In this video, we're going to be looking at the default text editor in Windows 11 versus Kubuntu. In Windows 11, the default text editor is going to be Notepad. And so here's a folder. Basically, in this folder, I've got a HTML document, a PHP document, a CSV file, and a CSS style sheet. If I right-click on the folder, I can't open the whole folder in Notepad, so I can only open these one at a time. I'll go ahead and start with index.html, edit in Notepad, and you can see this is very basic, about as basic as you can get. It does tell me, some information down at the bottom. We're UTF-8 encoding. It's Windows end of line type. I don't think it was. I think just because I opened it, it changes it, and that's one thing you have to be careful with if you're working with files on Unix operating systems, BSD or Linux or whatever. Just opening a PHP file or something like that in Notepad can break the file, because it would need to be a Unix style end of line type, and it is automatically going to convert it to a Windows end of line type. So you can break documents just by opening and editing them in like Notepad or WordPad. But and it looks like I have that open multiple times. If I come here and type, we do have a find and replace. If I could Control R, oh nope, not Control R. Is it Control F to find and replace? Control F is a find. What is your replace? Until I use Windows a lot. Let's go edit, replace. Control H for find and replace. So right now I've got a bunch of lines that say text in it. I'm going to replace text with text one, replace all, and you can see it did that, but it really doesn't give me any feedback. I'm going to close that, Control Z, and then that's about it. As far as settings, we really don't have a lot of settings. We can change our theme between light and dark or system. We can change our font. We can turn word wrap on or off. We can spell check, autocorrect, and that's about it. And notice we get no syntax highlighting or any kind of help writing HTML. If I open that in Kate, which is the default text editor in Kubuntu, pretty much any KDE-based distros going to have Kate as the default text editor. So this is my Linux directory. This is VirtualBox in the background. So I'm just going to do this here so it's kind of side by side so you can see the difference. Same folder, index.htmls, CSV. I have the original spreadsheet that I created that from, and that's the only difference with this folder. But I can right click on this and say open with, and open with Kate. And basically that's going to open that whole folder as a project. So now I can just switch between files right here. Kate is also tabbable, just like you see here with Notepad. But having everything open as a project like this, there's some stuff you can do with that, like search through your project for anything that has like to do in it, stuff like that. For instance, I have fake to-dos in two of these. Like here's a to-do, add date here, and then my index PHP, I have a fake to-do there. Under project, I can just say project to-dos, and this is going to show me right here. I can click on that, it'll take me to that line, and if I click on this, it'll open the other file and take me to that line, which is really cool. Okay, so first thing you notice is we have syntax highlighting. So HTML syntax highlighting, if I were going to type some more HTML in here, it's going to give me autocomplete. So like H6, so just add an H6, H6 text, and then it's going to prompt me to close that H6 tag. So we have syntax highlighting. We also have a little document map over here to the right, which is useful if this was a really a long document. This is tiny, so this doesn't really help me out much. But we also have the ability to open the same document and be in two different places within the document, or have multiple documents, just split side by side comparison. And then we can just close that out to get back to our single view there. There's really too much to go into. Oh, I did a text. Let me just do a find and replace here. You can see that when I select the text, it selects everywhere else in the document. Control R for find replace, and if I do text one and say replace all, you can see it highlights that green, tells me 6 replacements were made, which is nice. Nice to have that feedback. I'm just going to undo that. So this is an HTML document. Let's go take in Notepad. Let's look at a PHP document. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to show you in this is we also have an outline, which shows us the document structure. So basically, this is the DOM since we have an HTML document open. Okay, back to Notepad. Let's take a look at PHP. Edit Notepad. Again, basic, no syntax highlighting, no help. Let's go take a look at that here, index PHP. Okay, so again, we have syntax highlighting. If we were going to write a function, like let's say we wanted this to just inside PHP here, let's just do $test equals, and let's see, we've got a get date to. You can see we've got basic IntelliSense help built in. I don't want to do that. We also have Git integration. Currently, I don't have this under a Git repo, but if I did, I could commit, stage, do all that kind of stuff. If we go to the file structure here, since we're in PHP, this is just showing me the functions. If I had any objects here, it would show me objects and functions. So again, lots of stuff. I would go through all the options here, but really there's too many to go through. Just lots of stuff. As far as highlighting, you can see it basically supports every possible language you can imagine. For scripts, you've got HTML, Perl, Python. Sources, you've got pretty much anything that you could want to edit. It's going to know how to syntax highlight out of the box. We also have our end of line type. We can switch between Unix, Windows, and Macintosh. Yeah, there's just so much stuff. We can change the highlighting, the indentation style. We have built-in terminal. Just all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let's go back and look at a CSV file. Okay, again, just basic text. Let's look at CSV file in Kate, and in Kate you can see its syntax highlights each column a different color, which is super nice. Oh, and going back to PHP, one thing really nice here is let's go back to HTML. If I'm in HTML and I hit Control D, which is to make a comment, it's going to make an HTML style comment. If I click 2 lines now that I already have one comment and hit Control D again, it's going to do nested comments, which is fantastic. Like I could just come down to this line and comment that out and comment that out. But now if I wanted to comment this out and remember that I already had those others commented out, I can basically do that, and it's making a nested comment. And that actually did not work for HTML because the way that the comments open and close in HTML. So that was a bad example, but you can do nested comments. It's going to work better in something like PHP or Python or Perl or whatever. But I can select multiple lines and comment that out. Control Shift D to uncomment it. Let's go into PHP. PHP, if I'm in a PHP function and just have my cursor somewhere and Control D, that's doing a PHP comment. If I come down to where I'm in HTML down here, Control D, now it's an HTML style comment. With the PHP here, if I select another line, now I've got a nested comment, right? So I could take this whole block and comment that out again. I could take this whole function and comment that out. Which is nice, being able to do the nested comments. A lot of editing, a lot of code editors will not let you, once you've commented something, comment it again. That makes sense. Like this to do is already commented. If I wanted to comment out this whole block of code, a lot of code editors would either at this point make them the same level of comment, or it would remove the comment from to do, but it wouldn't add another comment in front of to do and then comment the other lines. So I can select this whole block of code again, Control Shift D. It uncommented it. My to do is still commented out, because that was a comment prior. So having nested comments is really nice. Really, there's a ton that Kate can do. Kate is a fantastic text editor. You can find and replace using regular expressions, right? Like if I do a Control F for find, and go to my settings, I can tell it to do regular expression. If you're not familiar with regular expressions, then that doesn't mean anything to you. But if you know regular expressions, like I could do any capital A through, any capital letter A through Z. So that's a character class A through Z plus. And that's going to find, if I do a find all, everywhere there's a capital letter. If I wanted to say, well, it's got to be like 3 capital letters, then I could do I could do this, and now it's gonna only gonna match where there's 3 capital letters in a row, etc. Like there's a million things you can do with that. You can also capture stuff and in your replace. Like if I had a document that was full of last name comma first name, and I wanted to in the whole document change that and make it where it's first name space last name, I could do that with a regular expression really easily. If I just wanted to, find any digit, find all. Now we've got all our digits, right? Anywhere there's a number. So super fantastic. If we wanted to match right here, just that, anywhere there's a number followed by a dot and then another number, we comment out the dot, because the dot by default means any character in a regular expression, and then do a D plus. And if we hit find all, oh, you didn't like that, or is it? Oh no, it did. I just had it selected so you couldn't see that matched. So let me unfind that. Just get rid of that. And now Control F again and go to our settings. And that was, we just did /D, /dot/D plus, find all, and you'll see that it just matches, that says one match found. So you have regular expression, find, replace, like just super powerful text editor. You also have snippets where you can basically just add blocks of code to a snippet library, and you can download, get new snippets and add snippet libraries, or just create your own. And so having snippets built in is really great. Let's take a look at, okay, we looked at the CSV. Let's take a look at a style sheet in Notepad. Again, it looks the same. It's just basic text. Let's take a look at that in Kate. And here we go. You can see that its syntax highlights the CSS, but it also is giving us little color blocks where we could click and change the color. So built-in color support and CSS support, and that's basically it. If you if looking at KDE, you're like, that's fantastic. I would love to use that instead of Notepad, but you're on Windows and you don't want to switch to Linux. One of the great things about KDE is that most of their tools will run on Windows or Mac OS. KDE uses Qt6 or Qt5 widget library. Basically uses Qt widget library, which is cross-platform. So if we just search for KDE Kate in our browser, here's kateeditor.org, and if we go get Kate, you can see it's available for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS, and the source code is also available. So if you are interested in Kate, want to run it on Windows, you can totally do that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, let me know. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.